Reap what you sow. Queen made decision to strip Harry of key role as huge price for biting palace. Prince Harry could be ineligible to stand in for the Queen as a Counsellor of State, in case she was incapacitated or absent, because he does not live in the UK, according to a parliamentary paper. Prince Harry could be ineligible to stand in for the Queen if she became incapacitated or was absent because he does not live currently in the UK, a new parliamentary briefing paper stated. The rules on residency suggest that the Duke of Sussex should be ineligible, and yet Prince Andrew would still be allowed to do so despite his alleged involvement with Jeffrey Epstein and being stripped of his HRH title. Harry moved to the United States in 2020 and has been openly critical of the royal family while speaking to US media. Living in California, he has chosen to walk away from royal life, claiming in a bombshell interview with Oprah Winfrey that he needed to break the cycle for the good of his children and bring them up away from the scrutiny. Harry has had royal titles removed and could be ineligible to step in for the Queen as a Counsellor of State, it was revealed following the publishing of guidance, for if the monarch was not available, by the House of Commons Library. There have been calls for who can stand in for the Queen to be made clearer by Buckingham Palace, especially with the 95-year-old monarch having been unwell recently. She became the latest royal to catch COVID, but with mild symptoms she was able to speak with Boris Johnson in their weekly conversation by phone. With Harry having opted to step away and Andrew embroiled in scandal, Prince Edward and Princess Anne have been put forward as alternatives who could sit in for the Queen. A government source told, "There's been a lot of noise about Harry and Andrew and their roles as councillors of state, and it was felt important MPs had all the facts. It has nothing to do with Her Majesty being ill. Due to a short-term incapacity or absence, the Queen is able to appoint councillors of state to carry out her royal business. Under the Regency Acts of 1937 and 1953, 4 distinct situations involving a monarch were outlined and put plans in place for if it occurred. It looked at where a monarch would crowned before being 18, a situation where they became temporarily or permanently incapacitated, or if the monarch was abroad. It is stated that anyone who stands in for the Queen must firstly be a member of the royal family and could include the monarch's husband or wife, or the next 4 in line to the throne. It means that since the death of Prince Philip, the councillors are Charles, William, Harry, and Andrew. The roles they might need to carry out in the absence of the Queen would include giving royal assents to new laws or appointments. Prince Harry, 37, is suing over a decision not to allow him to pay for police protection for himself and his family while in the UK. The Duke wants to bring his children to visit from the US, but his barrister told the High Court on Friday that he does not feel safe when visiting under the current security arrangements. He is arguing that his private protection team in the US does not have adequate jurisdiction abroad or access to UK intelligence information which is needed to keep his family safe. But royal expert Angela Levin hit back at his claims. Speaking to LBC, she said, "What annoyed me incredibly is he said he was in the immediate line of succession. Does he really think he's got a chance to be king when he's behaved like this? The Queen's got to stand up to it. I think she's got to stop him being the Counsellor of State, and that means when she can't manage or unwell, they become stand-ins. They go to meetings and they sign documents." On Friday, the first hearing in the case took place at the Royal Courts of Justice in London, which Harry did not attend. At the preliminary hearing, the court heard there was an application by both sides for some parts of the court documents in the case to be kept private. Introducing the case, Shahid Fatima QC, for the Duke.